how to land a job in 2025 through LinkedIn.
I don't think so. People are looking at your CV these days.
You have been among the top influential top voices on LinkedIn with Narendra Modi, Smriti Irani and Kushal
Oh my
Lodha.
God. मेरे को 6 साल लगे हैं to reach here.
कॉलेज स्टूडेंट को कैसे LinkedIn पे रहना ही चाहिए.
3 parts. I'll break it down so
Perfect.
that people understand it. The first would be that they said we only hire PhDs.
Okay.
And PhD is not a degree, by the way. Their full form of PhD was poor, hungry, and desperate. People put links. Okay, go to this link. LinkedIn doesn't like that.
What do you think would be the next right way? Get replied back by HR.
If you are giving something of value to them, they will give you their time.
Ki how is he as a person?
मी देवेंद्र गंगाधरराव फडणवीस ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की
Because now he's been elected as a chief minister, right?
Yeah.
The most important state in the country.
Good question. I like your question.
हर किसी को ज़िंदगी में राइट जॉब या राइट मेंटोरशिप तो चाहिए, इसलिए लिंक्डइन एक आज ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बन गया है जिधर नेटवर्क करना आज से पहले इतना इजी हो चुका है कि आप राइट सीईओ से, राइट फाउंडर्स से बात कर सकते हो. इसलिए आज हमने ओटीआर पर राधिका बजोरिया को बुलाया है, जो 2021 में वन ऑफ द लिंक्डइन्स टॉप वॉइस रह चुकी है, अलॉन्ग साइड विथ हमारे प्यारे प्रधानमंत्री जी नरेंद्र मोदी, स्मृति ईरानी एंड कुशल लोधा. ये पॉडकास्ट में हमने बहुत विस्तार से बात किया कि लिंक्डइन पर हम कैसे ग्रो करेंगे, एक कंटेंट क्रिएटर कैसे बन सकते हैं थ्रू लिंक्डइन, हम लोग हमारे करियर में कैसे ग्रो कर सकते हैं, कैसे राइट नीश होनी चाहिए, कैसे राइट करियर पाथ्स होने चाहिए, और क्यों हम लोग के फ़ोन में लिंक्डइन का ऐप होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. उससे पहले पॉडकास्ट में जाने से पहले चैनल को पहले सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिए, बिकॉज आप ऐसे स्पीकर्स को और लाए और आपके लिए इनसाइट्स ला सके. वेलकम टू ऑफ द रिकॉर्ड.
Yes.
Radhika, finally you're here.
Yeah.
But let's start off with a very nice introduction of yours, because you have been among the top influential top voices on LinkedIn along with Narendra Modi, Smriti Irani and Kushal
Oh my
Lodha.
God. I
Right.
don't know why they put me there, but I
So
don't know how did
what
that
has been
come.
the strategy, and tell me all about it.
About strategy on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Let's start off with your introduction. How you actually got from 0 to 2 lakh followers.
Yeah.
How has been the journey? Tell me from the start.
Let me actually ask you, how long do you think I took to reach there? How many years would I have taken?
You know, I have not done my research.
No,
well.
don't. I don't want you to do the research. I want you to just take a guess.
2 years?
Yeah, that's what most people think कि 2 साल में हो सकता है या 3 साल में, but मेरे को 6 साल लगे हैं to reach here, and that's what I keep telling people, that because they ask me कि कैसे followers बनाते हैं, how do I start, and then where will I go and what will I get out of LinkedIn. I'm like, if you have patience, only then start writing on LinkedIn, because my first post, I remember, it got 3 likes only, and it was about some bullshit ज्ञान on philosophy.
Okay.
Because जब भी कुछ और नहीं आता है तो you just speak whatever your mind tells you to, right, without reading anything. That's what I did, but I just got started with that. And then every day I would push myself to write, even though I knew that nobody was reading or paying attention to it. But I was like, एक दिन होगा जब लोग पढ़ेंगे और देखेंगे. And LinkedIn was more like a personal diary for me, more than a social media platform, because in college I was like a very lonely kid. I didn't have any friends. जो भी बचे थे वो लोग सब चले गए, क्योंकि उनको लगता था कि I was too curious to be friends with them, because I would want to explore different activities happening in the college and I would not stick to one group. So I think that acted as a blessing in disguise. And I started writing on LinkedIn. I used to feel very happy when I would think, research, and then write. So that's how it got started in college. And then in 2021, after 3 years of writing, I was around 1 lakh of following, and the managing editor at LinkedIn put me in the top 20 LinkedIn voices in the next generation, alongside some CEOs and all. And I'm like, why did you put my profile? Because I was the youngest there at 21. And then he told me that just the consistency with which you wrote every day, and the quality that you've been delivering over time, and the improvement that we've seen over the years from your profile, it's just been very, accomplishing for you, for somebody so young, to do this, because people were wasting their time on Instagram or Snapchat, and I was here only on LinkedIn, not making content anywhere else. So I was like, okay, if people are recognizing it now, I have more responsibility to put the right content. And that's how I started writing more about businesses, more about other people, not myself, because I felt like now that I have some influence, I might as well push stories of people who really need it the most. And that's how then when I started that, more and more people liked it, that okay, she writes about other people also in such a simplified way and an engaging manner that we would want to read. So yeah, it's been a learning curve altogether. I'm still learning how it works. Like my recent post just got some 55 likes, by the way. So ऐसा नहीं कि 2 लाख follower कमा के you're the king and the queen. People, my friends keep joking around that तुम गुड मॉर्निंग भी लिख दोगी तो 2000 लाइक्स आ जाएंगे. मैंने बोला ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. मैं 3 घंटा एक पोस्ट पे लगाती हूँ रिसर्च करने को, और कभी कभी लाइक्स आते भी नहीं है. So it's very dynamic platform and it keeps evolving. I don't think so that once you have received a title, it stays along with you. The next day it can change because
ओह
it's
एब्सोल्युटली
moving so fast.
स्टार्ट से चालू करते हैं कि
हाँ.
कैसे नरसिम्हा मुंजी में आप थे
हाँ.
एंड देन कैसे आप 21 साल में टेडेक्स के स्पीकर बन गए.
Oh
सो
God.
सो
You've
पूरा
taken exact lines from what I've written in my bio.
सो लेट्स स्टार्ट ऑफ विद द स्टार्ट कि क्या
Okay.
कैसा जर्नी रहा है फ्रॉम कॉलेज, कैसे आपने अपने आप को ग्रो किया. सो
हाँ.
लेट्स स्टार्ट ऑफ विद दैट.
Yeah, I actually come from a small town. It's called Pachora. People have not even heard about
ओके
it. Have you heard of Jalgaon at least?
या आई हैव
Pachora नहीं सुना है पर.
नहीं.
हाँ, तो Jalgaon is like a district and Pachora is a taluka within that district. So I come from there, जहाँ पे population is just like some 50,000 people.
ओके
So, and I always had the desire to really come to the city and make a name for myself, because my nani side, my cousins, all of them lived in Bombay and I used to visit them in summer vacations. And I would see that why are these people getting more privileges than me? Why are they having better education, better, facilities and amenities around them, and I don't have, although I am from the same, background, same family, same age. And I was like, just because I'm in a village, I don't get access to it, ye to nainsafi ho jayegi. So I have to get out of it and prove myself. And my parents were against sending me to Bombay, when I was like 15. So they were like, हम नासिक जाएंगे, वहाँ पे हम तुम्हारे साथ आएंगे, वहाँ पे तुम 11th and 12th करो, we'll see how much can you do by yourself. We'll leave
Yes.
you independently, although we'll stay with you in a protected environment, but we'll
Hmm.
see how you function, and then we'll decide if you have to do graduation or no in Bombay. So after doing that 11th, 12th also, they were like, you study for graduation in Nasik only. I'm like, what is the use of that education if you can't really present yourself to opportunities using that skill set? Because Nasik didn't have that and Bombay had a lot of them. And I wanted to really intern badly at different companies. So it was like a big fight, in the family that, okay, jana hai ki nahi jana hai. Finally, I convinced them. I came here when I was 17. And because I'd taken science, and I got 90 percentage in that, I got into the well-established commerce university in Bombay. Otherwise, the cutoff there is 99% for people coming from commerce background.
Hmm.
Thankfully, I got in there. But I never wanted to study science, commerce, by the way, because I was so much in love with science, because I got to know more about ourselves, like what are we made up of, what is our earth made up of, what does our existence mean. So I'm a bit on the philosophical side of things. Today also, I don't enjoy finance as much as I enjoy philosophy, although I'm in the field of finance. But yeah, that's how I started, and I never liked what I was studying. So I was always like, मेरे को टेक्स्ट बुक के बाहर ही करना है जो करना है, क्योंकि इसमें तो मेरा मन नहीं लगने वाला है. और मुझे 3 साल गुजारने थे ये बैचलर्स इन मैनेजमेंट स्टडीज पढ़ के. सो आई वाज लाइक, ऑलरेडी मेरी दोस्ती, ऑलरेडी मुझे इसमें मज़ा नहीं आ रहा है, तो कहीं और जाके आई फाइंड माई हैप्पी प्लेस. And that's how I started interning at a very young age. I used to take content writing projects when I was 18, and that really gave me security and a grounding on what I was doing, and I was very secured since then. So I didn't really give a about what people were thinking since an early age, since I started earning myself and doing projects. And I was like, okay, I'll make a content writing business out of it. So I did that in college, and I had a nice playbook running in this field. I hired some people also with me in the team to do it, because I couldn't do it myself for all the clients.
So what age was that?
This was around like 19 when I started this. 18 I was doing by myself. Then in 1 year I built a team.
And how many
Then
clients you had by then?
तभी तो आई थिंक 20 तो होंगे.
Hmm.
या जब मैं खुद से कर रही थी तब 5 थे. Then I expanded it. And because I was simultaneously also growing on LinkedIn, तभी बहुत लोग के inbound request आते थे that, why don't you write for us also? We like your content. So that's how, it all came. Otherwise, generating a lead at that age is very tough. So LinkedIn helped me in that way also. And that's why I keep thinking now in hindsight, तभी तो मुझको लगता था कि सब बुरा हो रहा है मेरे साथ, this, that. I had a victim mentality, to be honest. But then now I think कि जो भी हुआ है अच्छा ही हुआ है, because अगर मैं सबके साथ घुल मिल जाती, पार्टीज कर लेती, वही लाइफ जीती, तो I wouldn't be different today. Although I still have a long way to go, but yeah, I've always loved to be a little unconventional, and that's how I was in college also. Never really, I was very late to the classes always. Forget about the classes, exam में भी मैं late आती थी. It's not something to boast about, but I'm telling you that how I didn't like the educational system at all, and I found my peace only in the companies that I worked with.
हम्म, लेकिन आज पूरे जो ये पॉडकास्ट में हम लोग बात करेंगे ना, इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी रिलेटेबल टू दैट फ्रॉम 18 to 21 ईयर ओल्ड्स, कि कैसे दे नीड टू बी ऑन लिंक्डइन,
Yeah.
कैसे every college student needs to be on LinkedIn, needs to grow on LinkedIn, and needs to post on LinkedIn rather than on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
So let's start off with कि आपकी पहले जर्नी कैसे रही है, A. Second, why LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Okay. So the first question we can start off with is why LinkedIn?
I think you to really differentiate from yourself from the crowd today, you have to be at places where it's less crowded, so that you're more visible in those places. It's just very natural to do that. And people these days are very distracted because the attention levels are just very, like,
Minimal.
getting lesser and lesser. And I think I really think that students need a mentor in their lives, because I had a mentor when I was 18, and that was my peer, by the way. He was my friend who got me started on LinkedIn. And because of his push, I kept on writing every day. मेरे को लगता है अगर मैं खुद होती लिंक्डइन पे लिख रही होती और मेरे पास कोई नहीं होता, तो मैं कब का छोड़ देती उसको, बिकॉज मुझे कोई बोलने वाला ही नहीं होता. सो आई थिंक एट दैट टेंडर एज वी ऑल हैव आवर माइंड सेट शिफ्टिंग ईच डे. हमको लगता है कि आज ये प्रोफेशन में चले जाएंगे, फिर लगता है कि अच्छा एमबीए करेंगे, फिर लगता है कि कुछ करना ही नहीं है लाइफ में अगले दिन, So we need somebody who is smarter than us and who can show ourselves the mirror. And that mirror can be shown by anybody, like family, friends, a stranger also on the road, randomly when you meet them and talk to them. So I really want to suggest everyone that please be guided by a good force and listen to them. Listening is one problem that our generation lacks, because they think they are the smartest of all because of the technology. उनको लगता है सारे answers मिल जाएंगे उनको. मुझे भी ऐसा लगता था पहले. But now I really feel that, more than talking about yourself, please listen to what other people have to say, and don't just listen, absorb it, क्योंकि लोग एक कान से सुनते हैं, दूसरे कान से निकाल भी देते हैं आजकल. So that is one thing, and once you listen, you'll get ideas on, why you should do a particular thing that you've chosen to do. For LinkedIn also, people start, they are all motivated to start. Like today also, after watching this episode, maybe people will be like, हाँ LinkedIn पे करना है. But then after 1 week, they lose the motivation to do it.
Because LinkedIn is a boring platform.
Yeah, it is, but it's all the boring things in life which make you successful. You can't always have a happy, glamorous life. And you've seen, like, people who've just chased glamour, how they've just had a temporary success and then a downfall. So boring को तो अपना रूटीन में बना के ही रखो कि बोरिंग चीज होने वाली है लाइफ में. Only 10% of things in life are moonshot and great, but the rest 80-90% of the things are going to be boring, mundane, and on your routine. So that's where discipline comes in, that how do you make yourself, just very focused to write every day, to make that connection on LinkedIn, and to really see what others are doing. It's just like committing to yourself. That how do you commit yourself to get up early every day? You do it. So you could be a great example for other people. I'm sure it must have been difficult for you to do it at some point in time.
Yeah, absolutely, because I love trading markets. And
Yeah.
मैं जब नाइट जॉब करके आता था
हाँ.
एंड सुबह वापस उठना पड़ता था, सो या टफ था.
Yeah,
लेकिन
exactly.
अगेन
But your
करना है तो
purpose
करना
got
है,
you up every day.
करना है तो करना है.
Yeah, but you were very clear about your purpose that okay, मुझे ये करना है, इसके लिए मैं करने वाला हूँ. लोगों को पता ही नहीं होता है कि वो लोग क्यों कर रहे हैं जो कर
लेकिन
रहे हैं.
लिंक्डइन पे आपको कैसा लगता है, लिंक्डइन में क्या पर्पस रहेगा, मतलब टेल मी हाउ टू फाइंड अ पर्पस इन लिंक्डइन.
LinkedIn पे तो see whatever you like, choose that niche first. And then start writing content on that, because you will be well known for it. For example, if you're into fashion, now you're like any other fashion student. Why should somebody even look at you or give you internship for that matter? But if you start producing different content around fashion, like even in video format or text format, about a person that you admire in the industry, why do you admire them, what is something different that you've read about them, और a few case studies कि ठीक है फाइनेंस इंडस्ट्री में इंडिया में क्या हो रहा है, ग्लोबली क्या हो रहा है, and how India can match up to the global trends. And even speak about the history of why fashion started, for example, and how, from the Gandhi era, it's been adopted by the Western styles, and how the industry has now great designers even at young age. So if you choose topics like this, you will of course be differentiated and be seen by others. And then when you apply somewhere, of course, LinkedIn is the new CV today. So when they check your LinkedIn, they'll be like, okay, this person is already enlightened way beyond what we thought, and they're doing something different than the crowd. And whenever you do something, way apart from what the masses are doing, you'll generally be given an opportunity. Whether you get it or not, that's secondary, it's up to you. But at least the doors will open up for you, which were rather closed before. So yeah, that's how it really helps. But picking up a niche is very, very important. Otherwise, you'll just be like diluted in the crowd कि तुम वही बात कर रहे हो जो सब लोग बात कर रहे हैं. So it's not like your chat GPT कि कुछ अच्छा flowery language में लिख लो और लोग सुनेंगे उसको. You really have to be different on the platform, and you'll only realize it once you start writing. Nobody can guide you. Like I can't tell you today कि ऐसा करो तो ऐसा होगा. It's really your thing to internalize, and it really helps you self introspect also whenever you write. So I think it's just like a therapy to write on LinkedIn, and people will only understand once they do it. I know that motivation to start is not there at all. I have gone to panels where I've asked people if they are on LinkedIn or no, and only 2-3 hands are seen amongst 200-300 crowd. Forget about them writing on the platform. But in one of the panels, a lady promised me that she will write from the day when I spoke to her, and within 2 years she got that LinkedIn Top Voice badge also. And I was guiding her, by the way, that okay, write on this, write on that. And she was very thorough in terms of asking me also feedback on what she was writing and what she can write. And that's why I say having a guiding force who can help you is very important, because once you set a goal, if you have somebody to help you, if you can't help yourself, you will definitely get there. And I've seen that happen with people.
Absolutely. Radhika, so tell me, every college student को क्यों रहना चाहिए LinkedIn पे? Because अभी LinkedIn is like, as you said, the next CV, right?
Yeah.
So क्या opportunities है? A. And अपनी niche में कैसे grow करना चाहिए?
Yeah.
2. So these 2 questions पे अभी focus करते हैं. First कि एक 21-year-old और a college student को कैसे LinkedIn पे रहना ही चाहिए?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think 3 parts. I'll break it down so
Perfect.
that people understand
Okay.
it. The first would be that if you have to start your own business or work somewhere else, if you are on LinkedIn, it really helps you. Like you don't have to talk about yourself much more. Like you don't have to sell yourself like a beggar with a begging bowl. Your profile will speak for itself. And whenever you have somebody else or something else talking about yourself, your stature naturally goes up high, because you are not boasting about yourself. You've seen people who self praise, right? And you know how it feels. Versus if you know that, okay, this person, I've seen them somewhere, or I've read about them somewhere, automatically your position in their minds will rise up, right? And that's what's happened with me also whenever I've gotten opportunities. Like I don't have to tell them what I do. They will already know it because they've seen or researched about me somewhere else, right? So just like in this podcast, for example, if you had to ask me everything about my introduction and all, it would have been like
A bit awkward.
Yeah, right? So that's the first reason why primarily they should be on LinkedIn, so that people know what to expect out of them. Like you don't have to prove yourself too much. And in the interviews also, I've seen personally with myself, when people read my LinkedIn, they knew about me, so they could come to the pointed questions directly instead of wasting time or beating around the bush. So it gives you a leverage and an upper hand, that okay, you don't have to like tell I've studied from this college, or I come from here, all that bullshit you don't have to talk about. You can come straight to the point. That's one. The second is that it really helps you connect with people that other people won't have reach to. For example, I also run my podcast show, And the women that I've connected with globally, I don't think so people can easily do that, because I mean, connecting with somebody who's sitting in Australia from India, it's very difficult. And why should they reply to you?
Absolutely.
Unless you have a good profile, right? So, like, it really helps you open your doors beyond borders and beyond what you had imagined for yourself. Like, just imagine you get a mentor from US in your industry that you're working in. How great would it be? And people sitting in India wouldn't have that.
That's why we call it
Because
soft power, right?
yeah, exactly. You build a soft power through LinkedIn, and that's what it helps you with. Secondly, I mean, you can, and today network is everything, by the way. And there are so many talented people that I've seen, but they've not been able to succeed because they didn't have the right people to leverage in their journey and grow ahead. So I think LinkedIn helps you build your network really, really well. Uh, and third would be that it really helps you deepen your understanding on areas that you didn't know about. Like, for example, in your industry only, you can see what other people are doing, you can connect with them, you can talk to them in just one message. And otherwise you will just be like a normal student watching YouTube videos, getting a first hand experience from a person who's actually done it versus watching them on YouTube is two very different things. And if you're very active on LinkedIn, you'll actually get that access to that person, you'll get that meeting, and you'll get that insight that you were looking for. So I really think that whatever you're doing in your industry, you can be one step ahead into it, and be different if you are on LinkedIn. Otherwise, it's difficult to sustain yourself in this crowded market. It's a very, very noisy world. And
Especially in India, right?
yeah, I mean, we are the largest population. How do you make yourself different from
In the
so
job
many
market.
things? And not like सबको ही करना है ये, सब में वो desire नहीं होती है कि मुझे अलग बनना है. People are okay with the normal 9 to 5 jobs, parties, and friendships. It's fine. It's not like कि वो लोग कुछ नहीं कर रहे तो they're doomed. Yeah, people choose their lives wisely, but if you really have to set yourself apart and be in that 1% club, you have to do something different. And being different comes with any platform, by the way. I'm not promoting LinkedIn so much. They can be different on Instagram or YouTube also, but they have to do something which their peer groups are not doing, and they have to figure it out.
Considerably, competition is lower,
Yeah.
right? Why, I'll tell you. LinkedIn का भी इंडिया का यूजर बेस 130 मिलियन पे है, 140 मिलियन पे टू अपडेटेड रिपोर्ट से, and we have a workforce of 643 million.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Consider it as manufacturing में भी हो गया, consider it as people don't even know how to make CVs, ये सब कुछ हो गया. A lot of content creators are also coming
Yeah.
on LinkedIn. So एक बार once the college student comes on board on LinkedIn, tell me 3 growth hacks where we can say how to grow on LinkedIn for them.
Yeah. The first growth hack, which really helped me also, was that you have to go and comment on posts that are really doing well, so that वहां से तुमको visibility आ जाती है.
ये मैंने भी सुना है एक्चुअली. सो टेल मी, लिंक्डइन डज वर्क दिस वे, राइट? कि
Yeah.
जब आप कमेंट करते हो
Yeah.
तो आपको हर कमेंट जो उस पोस्ट पे आता है आपको उसका एक नोटिफिकेशन
Correct,
आता है.
correct.
What exactly is that feature? Can you please
It's a
elaborate?
really good feature because it helps you engage with people that you are not even connected to. For example, like Instagram pe, if you comment on something, it'll only be seen by that person who's posted. But LinkedIn pe, if you comment on that person's post, it'll be seen by them, it'll be seen by their first connection, second connection, and like unke bhi connections. So, like, the reach is massive if you are commenting on somebody's post who already has high engagement. And then, whenever you comment on that post, if somebody else also comments on that post, you get a notification that, okay, XYZ has commented on the post you've commented. So you can also understand, okay, what are other people talking about in that similar post, what you've written on, and then you can engage with that comment also, and build a conversation chain there, so that you make yourself important than the person who's posted the post by really conversing with other people who've commented. And I've done that personally. और जब मुझे वहाँ पे दिखता था कि लोग people are liking what I'm writing in the comments, they are sending me connection requests, I was like, okay, this is my way to get seen and way to get promoted, because if people are reading my comment, they would want to read my post also. So those people who send me connection requests then started engaging with my post later on, and then when they engaged, it reached to their connections, and then their connections sent me follow requests, and that's how level by level the follower base kept growing. So I think it's a very good feature to have, and the first hack would be to just go and take leverage of somebody else's audience. You know, it
उनके
just
जाके नीचे कमेंट कर दो क्या?
yeah, it's just like when you get out of college, not everybody starts their business on their own, right? You work somewhere else, get experience, leverage their skill set, and then build something of your own. Do that on LinkedIn also. Leverage somebody else's following and then build your own following. You know, that's like the
Smart.
easiest way. And उसपे भी you don't have to like think about a post and then draft it. It's just like जो लिखा है उस पे लिख दो कुछ अच्छा. But that doesn't mean कि ये लिखो insightful, good post, amazing view, not all that bullshit, but something really insightful, you know, which adds value to them. Only then people would want to follow you. That's first. The second would be कि आजकल थोड़े images बहुत चल रहे हैं LinkedIn पे, but not like you have to post a cringe image of your selfie in a ganji, you know, you don't have to do all that. But please post something relevant with an image. Like for example, I'd done skydiving in Cape Town recently. And usually people write posts ki, okay, I had an amazing experience doing skydiving, this, that. But I thought of turning into a business post, that how can I write about the evolving market of skydiving? How many adventurers are there from India who are doing this? How has it grown over a decade? What is the company with most amount of revenues in this? And why don't we have good skydiving spots in India? How can India grow in it? So I made it an opportunity to talk about that industry from my skydiving picture. And I was like, picture se to of course wo traction aayega, but giving this different angle which people don't talk about will give me more boost. And the post really performed well. So I think doing something different about a picture really helps. Like it's very weird, but I make my posts basis my gallery, you know. जब भी मेरे को idea नहीं आता है कि क्या लिखूं, I just scroll through my gallery. I see कहाँ की picture कहाँ की click की है, and then I'm like, okay, if this is the picture I've clicked in this market, let me talk about it. Like 2 days back only, I saw my picture with a flag of UK behind me. So I was like, चलो India UK के बारे में बात करते हैं.
Where you shared a research report, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, pictures really speak more than 1,000 words, and people
Absolutely.
engage more with that than your text. So make sure that you're attaching images with everything, and those are relevant images. Only then people with high value will respect you. Otherwise, you'll have, I mean, हर जगह audience तो होगी क्योंकि इतनी population है. But if you want a smart audience to follow you, you have to write smartly and post smartly also. That's second. And the third is that LinkedIn recently introduced a video feature where you can post something like how Instagram has reels and video. They're really boosting people who are producing videos. So I would really suggest people to make short 30-second clips of what they want to speak. And in this regard, I follow this man called Sarthak Ahuja. I don't know if you've heard about him. You must have. I really love the way he breaks down information, and the same thing that he would write in a text, he speaks in the video format, and I feel like watching him more than reading his post.
Yeah.
So that really helps, and that is something that people should really do. So these three things, pictures, videos, and commenting, is something that you should start with. It's very easy to do it. Nothing rocket science into it. लोग को लगता है कि भाई इसमें तो हमारी हालत खराब हो जाएगी. ऐसी बात नहीं है. You'll actually enjoy once you start doing it.
But tell me, वरुण धवन को आने की क्या जरूरत थी
अरे
LinkedIn
वो
पे?
तो
मतलब
that was just a paid promotion,
yeah,
nothing
ठीक है.
else.
I think it was more than that. मतलब जब वो LinkedIn पे आए,
हाँ
he showed that there is an importance for that platform. According to me,
हाँ
like whether it's an actor,
हम्म
whether it's a politician,
yeah
सबको अपनी profiles और अपने कि what credible they are,
हाँ
और क्यों वो चीफ मिनिस्टर रहना चाहते हैं या क्यों
हाँ
वो एक्टर रहना चाहते हैं, सबको उधर डालना चाहिए अकॉर्डिंग टू मी,
yeah
because that's why they are getting elected, that's why they're being looked at.
हम्म
So I think LinkedIn is kind of that platform. So let's talk about bit about that.
yeah
Don't you think कि politicians को भी डालना चाहिए LinkedIn पे कि भाई हमने ये किया है, that's why we are being elected?
वैसे नरेंद्र मोदी तो है ही लिंक्डइन पे.
हाँ.
बाकी लोग भी है वैसे, बट द प्रोफाइल्स आर नॉट वेरी मच विजिबल
हम्म.
बिकॉज उनको लगता है कि हम क्या करेंगे ये सब. अभी बाय द वे वरुण धवन को बहुत पैसा मिला है ये करने को. ही गॉट सम करोड्स, दैट्स व्हाई ही डिड इट. अदरवाइज वो अपने मन से नहीं कर रहा है ये सब. एंड आई थिंक नोबडी इज पेइंग पॉलिटिशियंस अनफॉर्चुनेटली फॉर डूइंग दिस. दैट्स व्हाई दे आरंट.
I think उन पे ज्यादा responsibility है, right? And I
Yeah.
think
But actually, they have better mediums to reach to the masses that they want to, which is through media, your traditional television, print. So they don't really care about being on LinkedIn or no.
no, I think they should, because that's where the tax is coming it from, right?
Huh?
That's where the tax are coming from, right?
Yeah.
सबसे ज्यादा टैक्स वहां से आ रहा है, राइट?
फिर उनको पता है कि हमारे वहां पे रहने से जो टैक्स भरता है नहीं भरता है उसको कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है, so rather they stay silent and they have their own ways of taking taxes out. Definitely not being on LinkedIn. LinkedIn won't help them get taxes out of the pockets which are not paying, or get more taxes out of the pockets which are already paying. So
Tell me, what would be the 3 ways where we can start monetizing it? Because एक
yeah,
प्लेटफॉर्म क्या ही काम का जब उसको monetize ही ना करे लिंक,
exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
what do you think would be the 3 proper tips where we
Ah.
can start monetizing on LinkedIn?
Yeah, it's very difficult. It was very difficult to
It was
monetize
very
on
difficult, okay.
LinkedIn before. Like when I started, people told me that if you had this amount of following on Instagram, you would have been a millionaire by now, which is very true. But and I was like, ठीक है, पैसों के लिए नहीं किया था मैंने, ऐसा मैं खुद को बोलती थी, पर गलत था ये. I mean, पैसा किसको नहीं चाहिए होता है. But now there are many avenues like that. Varun Dhawan promotion was also one of them, where he leveraged creators to talk about he's on LinkedIn, and I was one of those creators who also talked about it. So yeah, people, brands want more, audience from LinkedIn to look at their campaigns. More so because of Shark Tank, I would say. जब Shark Tank शुरू हुआ तब brand collaborations का rise बहुत होने लगा, because people were like, okay, all these sharks are also on the platform. Let us leverage their audience, their growing audience, to talk about it. So some of these sharks also got paid promotions from the brands to talk about it. And whenever this happens, they choose these top tier influencers and the middle level creators also like us to talk about the campaigns. So both Spotify, Amazon, these are some of the MNCs which have been really talking about their
Journey.
yeah, ad campaigns. Like for example, Republic Day पे बोट ने कुछ फ्रंट पेज पे पब्लिसाइज किया था कि okay, we locally manufacture now and we are proud of that fact. So they wanted everybody to know about it, तो उन्होंने LinkedIn creators के साथ tie up किया, and then they paid everybody good amount of money to talk about it. So I think people with 10,000 followers get about 20,000 to 30,000 के collaborations because their engagement levels are high. People with 1 lakh followers get 50 to 70,000 in the posts that they curate, and people above 1 lakh can charge above 1 lakh. But ऐसा नहीं होता है. You quote something that you get discounted by 20-30% at least. But the frequency is very less of brand collaborations, I would say. Like
On LinkedIn.
yeah.
But
A
I think the
person-
future is very bright out there.
yeah,
Because
now it's a gap which is to be covered.
I'll tell you why. Because whenever it's a developing market ना, हम लोग ज़्यादा immature audience की तरफ देखते हैं,
Yeah.
right? But when you are a developed country, that's where our path is going to be in the next 30-25 years.
Correct.
And that's where I think the LinkedIn is going to be the next platform.
Yeah.
But not now.
Not now. Maybe in 2-3 years it'll pick up more. Like I've seen, like 2018 में कुछ नहीं था, फिर 2020 में कोविड के टाइम पे people wanted to talk more about it because everybody was on LinkedIn searching for jobs, so वहाँ पे
Absolutely.
volume ज़्यादा बढ़ गया था. And now I think it's dried up more because बहुत avenues बढ़ गए promotion के. But now that everything is stabilized, people will understand why LinkedIn is again more important and come back to the platform. So I think in 1-2 years it's going to rise up more. And a lot of agencies, by the way, who did influencer marketing for Instagram and YouTube creators, they're now shifting their focus towards LinkedIn again. So because of their efforts, this churn will increase faster.
Because content creation would be there on LinkedIn eventually.
Yeah, and like all these influencers that you see on Instagram are now on LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
So brands are like, ठीक है, तुम LinkedIn पे हो तो LinkedIn पे भी promote कर दो. So that's how it's opening up for
I
LinkedIn.
think सबसे ज़्यादा एक ब्रांड को अगर प्रमोट करना चाहिए ना, तो मच्योर ऑडियंस को करना चाहिए. मतलब अगर आपको पैसा चाहिए तो
Yeah.
टियर 1 ऑडियंस आपके लिए खड़ी है वहाँ पे.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
130 million tier 1 audience जो काम कर रही है आपके लिए, they have a proper earning, वो
Yeah.
खड़ी है आपके लिए, ना you are not promoting there.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think that's a very foolish move by the brands that they are not promoting as much.
Actually, they're not aware only, and they don't know how to do it. And that's where the role of agency is very important in pitching the brand, that how you will help them grow. Because companies don't do this. They hire agencies to do it. So I think it's more of a responsibility of that agency to pitch LinkedIn as
That's
a
what I
platform.
hate about agencies, right? पता है
Yeah.
कि जर्नी किसी पर्सनल I always prefer people younger than me to work with because they have a very different outlook
Yeah.
to work, right? So आज बहुत लोग जॉब्स ढूंढ रहे अमेजोन, माइक्रोसॉफ्ट,
Hmm.
बीसीजी, बेन, इन प्राइवेट इक्विटी फर्म्स,
Yeah.
टेल मी वो लोग क्या एक एम्प्लॉय में
Hmm.
देखते हैं जब उनको
Hmm.
हायर करना होता है? तो सो
Yeah.
टेल मी अबाउट दैट बिट।
I'll tell you about a very nice philosophy that one of the largest private equity firms, Brookfield, had told me.
ब्रूकफील्ड, ओके।
So they said we only hire PhDs, and
Okay.
PhD is not a degree, by the way. Their full form of PhD was poor, hungry, and desperate. They're like, we don't care about your degrees. We don't care whether you come from IIM, IIT, or Harvard. We'll just see how desperate you are for this job and what can you do about it. Like, how much fire do you have in your belly? Because I think, what will you do of these technicals? You can teach that person, but how will you build this soft skill of really being passionate about the work that you do? That comes very naturally innate. तो देयर लाइक हमको बस वो देखना है कि इसमें कितना डिजायर है कुछ करने का, बाकी हम सब सिखा देंगे उसको। और जिसमें कुछ करने की इच्छा होती है वो एक एक महीने में भी सीख जाता है। और जिसको लगता है कि आई ऑलरेडी हैव दीज डिग्रीज ऑन माई शोल्डर, आई एम ऑलरेडी गुड इनफ, वो एक साल में भी उतना नहीं सीख पाता है बिकॉज ही थिंक्स ही स्मार्टर। सो उसकी लर्निंग कैपेसिटी ऑलरेडी उधर कम हो जाती
कम
है।
हो जाती
So
है।
they really don't like people who come from well established universities. And I think people are now more shifting towards this mindset because people come with a chip on their shoulders, honestly. Like मैं भी अगर मैं MBA की होती हार्वर्ड वो सब से, तो I would also naturally think that okay, I'm smarter than other people. But now that I've not done anything, it makes me think that okay, I have still so much to learn and my absorption capability will be much more. And that's the reason why I personally also don't want to do any MBA from anywhere. So yeah, I don't think so. People are looking at your CV these days. They look at your personality and how generally smart you are. How much are you reading about what's happening in the world and making sense out of it? They don't care about if you're able to solve this question from cat or no, you know. So, but people have different approaches. Like one of the other firms, like Carlyle, they have different level of testing for evaluating a candidate. So the first level will be an aptitude test, which will have questions like cat, which will just see that okay, how analytical they are and what's their logical reasoning. Then the second level would be to understand their emotional intelligence, that how are they able to respond to a situation and not just react to it. So they'll ask you some personal questions about your life, that what was the most difficult phase of your life, how did you overcome it, and in your answer they will like really go dig deeper into it and find out okay, how is it that you really think about yourself and act in difficult situations, because private equity is a tough market to work in, and finance also in general. So they see how much agile you are and how much adaptable can you be in circumstances like that. And then they said that the third level was for them to speak to everybody in the team. So they have like 15-20 rounds of interviews these days where they speak to every member in the team, and if everybody feels he's a good candidate, only then he's hired. So if you are not empathetic, if you're not a people's person, you're gonna lose the job, because really being social today is the new currency. Not just being talented in your mind, but how good you are as a people's person, that really counts. Because they don't want to hire somebody who's just good at making financial modeling or projections on an Excel sheet. They want somebody who can actually bring them clients in the long run and get revenues for the company. So gone are those days when people just wanted robots to work on the desk. People want them to become stars and brands of themselves who can drive the company's revenue. So that's why they just see that how well you are as a person and how well can you become if given the right resources and the support. So between that they decide. And I think that today, if you have a good ability to really speak about who you are, I think that will define everything for you. Most of the people don't know who they are. Like if you ask somebody to define themselves, they'll take 5 minutes. If you ask them to define the world, they will have so much to speak. But खुद के बारे में उनको कुछ पता नहीं होगा. So they try to see how much do you know yourself and how much introspection do you do about yourself, not just about the world.
It's all about the
You might have
self-talk, right?
seen कि कितने लोग हैं जिनके पास बहुत opinions और views है सब चीज के, but they don't know anything about their purpose, their existence, what is the meaning of their own life. And once you figure that out, you'll figure out all these jobs interviews. It's a cakewalk then.
बट पता है ये क्वेश्चन मेरे दिमाग में लास्ट 5 years से, जब से मैं ग्रेजुएशन करके निकला, कि एक ग्रेजुएशन और एक पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन
हाँ.
ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है या
हम्म.
एक स्किल होना ज़्यादा रेलेवेंट है आज के एज में,
Yeah.
अकॉर्डिंग टू यू? व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
If the it depends on what skill are you chasing. For example, if you want a skill set in music, either you can get it through a graduation school, which is one of the best because you have a great peer ecosystem, or you can learn it by yourself. And now, how do you decide that? If you are a person who learns more from their surroundings, from the people around them, then I would suggest them to go to that university and learn, because your peer group will charge you up to learn more. But if you're a person who knows that, okay, I can understand it all by myself, I don't really need anybody around me, just me and the, internet. I just need that and I'm done. I think for them, learning on whatever social media you have today, it's the best. And I also was somebody who learned from the latter. I mean, I've not done finance, but I knew that I can study from online resources and I did it. But now that I've reached a stage that I think that I want to learn from my peers, I set up meetings then with people who are in the industry and I try to learn from them. So either you can do that, or if you really think that you need people who are learning together with you and you want to have that healthy competition with them, then go for the universities. And again, it's all about discovering yourself and figuring out what you need and then choosing. But it's easier said than done, because at that young age you don't get that understanding, and that's why it's important for you to get somebody to tell you that, okay, this is what you are and this is what you would want. Because somebody with a higher level of understanding can easily understand what kind of a person you are and what would you be good at. So yeah, that's what will help. But I wouldn't say ki one is better than the other. I would just say that each to its own, and whatever they like as an atmosphere, it's for them. Like, for example, somebody who's a people's person, they'll get depressed studying by themselves a new skill set. But somebody who likes to attend classes, and like my friend who was studying CA, वो CA classes कभी गया ही नहीं. उसने खुद से पढ़ाई की, खुद से रैंक भी लेके आ गया वो. And on the other hand, one of my other friends who really couldn't study by himself, वो गया classes में गया, सबके साथ पढ़ाई किया उसने, and he also decently scored well. So I really think खुद को जानो, पहले पहचानो और फिर decision ले लो. And yeah, at young age, your family helps you do that. They're your guiding system.
Yeah.
And then as you grow older, you need to have support system around you. I mean, कुछ करो मत life में, पर अच्छा support system रखो. You will
Absolutely
thrive.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree to it as much as and we have so many stories to share about that,
Yeah.
right? So you have met the current Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. क्या story है उसके पीछे? Let's talk about
How
that.
did I meet him?
Yeah, A, and second, ki how is he as a person? Because now he's been elected as a chief minister, right?
Yeah.
The most important state in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that.
Yeah, good question. I mean, I like your questions. It is really relatable to the audience. But I met him at the Independence Day of Israel. So
I was just thinking about it, पता है?
what?
Yeah, I thought मैंने वो blog भी पढ़ा था आपका,
हाँ.
but मैं बोला यार मैंने complete नहीं पढ़ा रहेगा, मैं बोलूँगा नहीं बोलूँगा, it will be a bit wrong, so मैं बोला let me frame it this way.
Yeah. No, it's good that you asked somebody to answer that question.
Oh, absolutely, because I
Yeah.
need to know the story behind the post, right?
हाँ. Yeah, but yeah, so I met him at that Independence Day event at St. Regis in Bombay. And that's the use of networking, by the way, that I randomly met this consulate of Israel also. I messaged him a cold, email. And then he responded saying that, yeah, I'd love to meet you. And then we became friends. And then he invited me to this event where I met the chief minister. So I was not expecting that. But when I met him, he was so warm. I mean, he had nothing fancy about him, that, okay, I'm the chief minister, I needed to be treated differently, people will come to me, I won't go to them. He was actually taking a tour of the entire room and meeting all the people that he knew. And when I spoke to him, he didn't act as if he doesn't know me. He spoke to me as if he's known me for so many years. And he has that warmth of a Maharashtrian. That
That is true.
Maharashtrians have this thing that whenever they meet somebody new, they will treat them like their homies. ऐसा लगेगा ही नहीं that you're talking to a stranger. And I remember in our interaction, he asked me that, okay, तो आप ये women entrepreneurship के लिए करना चाहते हैं इंडिया में, तो आपका next big vision क्या है? So he actually took that time to ask me, although he was so busy with people, but he made sure that the other person also feels important. Not just that वो खुद important है, तो he'll just be like, yeah, thank you for meeting me.
इधर से ही समझ में आता है ना कि how visionary leaders are, right?
Yeah, exactly.
He knows what you're doing.
Yeah.
A, and second चीज what you are trying to promote
Yeah.
and how it will benefit the state.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
True politician.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, you have to understand what people want at the grassroots level. You can't just like hobnob with the influential ones because the masses are the ones who's building this country at the end of the day. So yeah, he took that time to listen to me, and then he gave me the number of his secretary also to set up a meeting, which is due, but I'm sure it will happen. I'm not like expecting
I'm
it to
pretty
happen
sure
like that.
after the no, but I'm pretty sure after this podcast we'll be really great
Yeah.
friends.
Let's see, but yeah, Tabhi I understood that, yeah, why is he a leader and why have people voted for him again to become the CM? Because he knows how to treat people, and life is all about treating people right. That's how you
Hmm.
get all the opportunities. I've seen so many people who were the more deserving ones, but they've lost it all because they were not kind enough to their own people. They were good to people outside
You can take
their
the names.
environment. Huh?
You can
And
take
then
the
there are
names.
so many, yeah. I mean, I'm not putting myself into trouble by
No,
taking
don't.
names.
No, don't. You have a
Yeah.
good career going on. I don't know how you do that. But tell me, इन्फ्लुएंसर के साथ नेटवर्क भी करना पड़ता है। ऐसा नहीं कि आप नेटवर्किंग आपकी स्टॉप कर दो एंड यू सेड हाउ यू नो ह्यूमिलिटी के साथ आपको चलना पड़ता है।
हाँ,
सो एक ह्यूमिलिटी के साथ व्हेन यू अप्रोच दिस काइंड ऑफ पीपल,
हाँ.
व्हाट डू यू थिंक वुड बी द राइट वे टू अप्रोच एनी पर्सन ऑन लिंक्डइन?
Hmm. I think you have to be very clear about why do you want to meet them and how are you adding value to their time and what can they do for you. That should be communicated in very short message in just like 3-4 lines. That's it. In my messages to these influential people, I just write about what I am on LinkedIn, what am I doing for women, and how we can collaborate together between the two countries, or how we can benefit from their support for our women leaders that we're working with. So that's it. And within that message, of course, if somebody finds it relatable, they'll message. If not, it's fine. And from 100 messages, only one replies. So you don't have to lose your heart कि अरे कोई reply नहीं कर रहा है मैं reach out ही क्यों करूँ. Still have to go ahead and do it. I remember for my interview with Ghazal Alag of Mamaearth, I chased her for like 9 months. And every time they were like, yeah, this time we'll do it. They canceled last minute.
बट टेल मी वन थिंग, आप उनकी पीआर टीम से बात कर रहे थे?
Yeah.
आपको पता नहीं रहेगा बट फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम फेसबुक पे उनका पर्सनल नंबर अवेलेबल था।
हाँ.
हाँ।
But they, I've tried to do it with other guests, but they don't reply. Even if you have the number, what to do with it?
You know, I'm really bad, I shouldn't say this, but मैंने ना 15 मिनट उनसे बात की थी
हाँ.
regards to her kids, telling that I'm a kindergarten school,
हाँ.
and after that 15 minutes I told her this, and she was pissed, first of all.
What did you tell her that she was pissed?
I know I didn't tell her anything.
हाँ.
It's just that she was looking out for her kids,
हाँ.
and in some kindergarten school or something, I'm like, no, obviously we are not the same number that you're calling, and she didn't pick up the call in the first 10 minutes, and I was listening to what was happening to her,
हाँ.
because she kept telling, and I didn't reply anything.
हाँ.
Okay, I'm not able to get in connect with the kids, and like the reason I called you is I wanted to do a podcast, and that's where the call ends.
Oh my God! When was this?
This was what, 3 months before, and she said, she was so polite to me that she said, I'm really sorry, I'm in a situation right now, and I will definitely give you a call, and I'm glad that she didn't call me back, because again उतना credibility नहीं था तभी,
हाँ.
उतना understanding नहीं था, so I think वो build करने के बाद I would definitely love to approach her again, but
Yeah, you should.
yeah. But tell me, AI tools are the next big thing for every platform, right? आप कोई वीडियो डालो, आप उस वीडियो में बात भी कर रहे हो या नहीं मुझे वो भी नहीं पता है, कि
हाँ.
AI बना देगा आपकी वीडियो डबिंग के साथ,
हाँ.
right? What do you think would be the 3 best AI tools to grow on LinkedIn?
Very few people know about this tool, but have you heard of Perplexity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this
Yeah.
question. Why? Because I just discovered this tool.
हाँ.
It's called NextGen. Okay.
हाँ.
ये tool, so this tool is used by TechBurner. This tool is used by a lot of bigger influencers. उनको 30 रील बनानी रहती है 30
हाँ.
दिनों में, राइट? दिस टूल उन्होंने उसको बस ट्रेन किया हुआ है 5 मिनट्स, अपनी शक्ल, अपने एक्शंस, अपने वॉइस को दिला के,
Yeah.
द डबिंग, द साउंड, एंड द स्ट्रक्चर, एंड द वे योर हैंड मूवमेंट इज, It is so good. Just write, समझो आप available नहीं हो,
Yeah.
you just write the script to that
Uh-huh.
AI tool and they will make and edit the reels for you.
Yeah.
And it is so accurate that मैंने उस AI tool को खुद ट्रैक किया. मैंने खुद उसको एक स्क्रिप्ट लिख के दिया और उसने मुझे, समझो आपने 5 मिनट ही उसको ट्रेन किया, राइट, लेकिन आपने उसको 30 मिनट का स्क्रिप्ट लिख के दिया.
हाँ.
यू विल बी शॉक्ड, वो आपको 30 मिनट्स का भी करके दे देगा.
Nice.
एंड यू विल नॉट नो कि अभी जैसे वरुण माया, राइट,
हाँ.
वरुण माया खुद बोलता है वो रील जो आप देख रहे हो ना वरुण माया का, वो खुद एआई बोल रहा है. ही टेल्स दैट, राइट, राइट, यू डोंट इवन नो कि वो एआई है.
हाँ.
Right, it is so good. So tell me, sorry to cut you out, but tell me that 3 best tools according to
Yeah.
you that are working right now on LinkedIn and are relatable as well.
Yeah. No, this actually is one of them. So one of my friends has used this
Okay.
to create reels.
So there are a lot of tools like this, but till date मैंने ऐसा compatible
हाँ.
नहीं देखा. I've paid around 3K for a month for
Yeah.
this tool, but I think इससे बेहतर मैंने कभी आज तक एक AI tool नहीं देखा.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
मतलब-
I'm not much into AI because I really feel कि although it's very good and productive, it takes away the human creativity.
Yeah.
So I don't use it much myself. And people call me like not a smart worker for doing this, but I'm like, it's okay, I'll go
This is
slow.
always a human touch, right? It's
Yeah.
always a human touch. I agree with you. Again.
Exactly. So I'm a very creative person and I like my mind to give me answers rather than some tool who's giving me answers. So I don't usually tend to go there, but Perplexity is one of the tools that I use because of the fact that it helps me get the sources of from where it has picked up the information which ChatGPT doesn't give you. And from using that sources, I do my own research then and figure out the
So
information.
you use that tool for research?
Yeah, most of the research that I do, either for my posts or either for the guests that I'm interviewing on my show, because it really gives you a nice compilation report, like how a research intern would work. कोई guest के ऊपर they would say, okay, these were the interviews where they spoke this, and these are the accolades that they won. This is where they were featured. So I mean, वो तो 5 सेकंड में अगर if AI tool is giving you all the sources of that particular person, I just use it to dig in deeper. And
So आप majorly AI को सिर्फ research के लिए use करते हो, right?
yeah, that's it. And just not also for research, just for reference. Like I do my research पहले खुद से to check that how capable I am to find out about something, and then I check कि ठीक है, this is what I found, and I see what the tool is giving me, and then I compare the difference. And कभी कुछ मुझे नहीं मिलता तो I'm like, shit, how did I miss this? So it just helps me upgrade my own research skills. So that is what I use the tool for. I mean, nothing
Okay.
else.
Tell me, आज जो college students और working professionals LinkedIn पर है, वो ऐसी क्या गलतियां करते हैं अपने LinkedIn profiles पे? Because SEO है LinkedIn पे. I have seen that.
Yeah.
That has surprised me as well. But SEO है.
Yeah.
So tell me, ऐसी क्या गलती कर रहे हैं वो लोग जो अपने प्रोफाइल में वो लोग डाल देते हैं?
Yeah. I think पहली गलती तो है हैशटैग्स इतने यूज कर लेते हैं वो लोग.
हैशटैग होता है?
हाँ, लिंक्डइन पे हैशटैग कितने लोग डाल रहे हैं?
मैंने आज तक नहीं देखा वो.
अरे बहुत डाल देते हैं यार. They think लिंक्डइन इज इंस्टाग्राम और फेसबुक, तो इतने हैशटैग्स डाल देते हैं. I mean, LinkedIn is more about optics than anything else. Because already उसमें पिक्चर्स और वीडियोस कम है, लोग टेक्स्ट देख रहे हैं. उसमें भी आप हैशटैग डाल दोगे तो सब वो ब्लू में आ जाएगा and it looks very dirty and ugly on the post. So that is one thing that people are really not doing it right. और hashtags use करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है SEO को. People, so I used to also think कि hashtag से बहुत कुछ होगा, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ा है, you know. तो I mean कुछ use नहीं है उसका. And secondly, people don't pay attention to how the post is written. Maybe first line में they write 3-4 paragraphs. Who is going to read it? First line should be just very short, either a nice triggering question or a very hard-hitting statement. And then uske baad put your other sentences also in just 1 or 2 lines. Break it down into those things so that it looks very neat and clean for somebody to read. If you put in paragraphs, nobody is really, वो देख के ही उसका मन हट जाएगा कि यार ये क्या लिखा है. So I think that is another mistake that people are doing, and I used to also do it, but I'm learning with time. And the third thing is that people put links. Okay, go to this link. And LinkedIn doesn't like that. Whichever link takes away people from LinkedIn, LinkedIn won't promote it because they're like, you spend the time on my platform. Why are you clicking on that link and going to YouTube or any other platform? So LinkedIn doesn't boost all of those, stuff. And whenever you attach documents or hard PDFs, which are like full of, heavy content, the algorithm won't support.
Absolutely
So
not.
keep it as light as possible. It's just like if you edit a heavy file, it takes time to export, right? So LinkedIn algorithm also functions that way. If you attach a heavy document, it won't promote it as much. So don't like attach too many things, don't put links to any other platforms, and don't use too many hashtags. Just keep it simple.
Tell me how to land a job in
Hmm.
2025 through LinkedIn, through that job feature. For every youth out there who's applying the job,
Yeah.
what is the right way to apply for a job in 2025, right?
Yeah, I mean the year doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
They
No,
can
because
do
I
it
think
anytime.
बहुत evolve हो रहा है by
हाँ.
time. So हर साल मैं CVs 2024 mid तक relevant थे according to me in very small companies as well.
Yeah.
Now LinkedIn is much more relevant from 2024 mid
हाँ.
end, right?
हाँ.
So वो एक नया क्या ट्रेंड आएगा
हम्म.
जॉब्स में जो
हम्म.
आपको लगता है कि विल बी द नेक्स्ट थिंग टू अप्लाई थ्रू जॉब्स? बिकॉज मैंने
Yeah.
एक चीज़ पता है बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग नोटिस की कि पहले मैं भी बहुत कोल्ड ईमेलिंग कोल्ड
हाँ.
मैसेजेस करता था
हाँ.
लोगों को. अभी बियर बाइसेप स्कूल हाउस है
हम्म.
जैसे स्किल हाउस है, राइट? सो मैंने उनको बहुत मैसेजेस किए, सबने सीन में छोड़ा.
हाँ.
मैंने उनको वीडियोस बना के भेजने लगा कि
हाँ.
उन्होंने सबने रिप्लाई किया, जिन्होंने मुझे
हाँ.
सीन पे छोड़ा था उन्होंने सबने मुझे
हाँ.
रिप्लाई किया. सो व्हाट डू यू थिंक वुड बी
हम्म.
द नेक्स्ट राइट वे टू
हम्म.
get replied back by an
Yeah.
HR,
Hmm.
right? Please go ahead and tell me with that.
Yeah. It's a good example that you've given because, like I told you before, also, if you are giving something of value to them, they will give you their time.
Absolutely.
Because 100 other people are writing to them the same message. Why should they pick and choose your message to reply to, right? And now I've seen in cold emails also, if somebody is being really critical about their work and which is something very useful to them, they'll be like, okay, yeah, this sounds very interesting. Let's get on a call. So either you find a gap in what they're doing or give them a suggestion which people usually don't give to get a response, or you, whatever work field they are in, give something to them in that field, like you additionally give them videos and show them that this is what you have to offer on the table, and that's how they replied to you. And that's what I did, once. I remember I wanted to apply in Discovery and work in their office because it was very fancy in WeWork in BKC, and I was 19 at that time. And I'd written to the CEO, the HR, and everybody out there. Nobody responded to me because I'd just written about my educational background and why I want to be a part of it. But the moment I told them a critical, function in their website which I didn't like, and how a competitor of theirs was doing it better, they replied back to me saying that, okay, why do you think this? I'm like, for that I would want to get on a call with you and then explain. So that's how I got on a call with them. And once you have that time, you can speak about any other thing also. So in that call only, I spoke to them about, how did I find it out, what research I do, why am I interested in their company so much, and how if they hire me, I can be a useful asset to them. So they were like, okay, why don't you then come to our office? And then when I went to their office, they made me meet their CEO also because I was following her since a long time. And I was like, now that I'm here, I really want to meet her. And when she met me, she saw that passion with which I was speaking about their company. And she was like, you must give this girl an internship opportunity. She told that to their HR, and they just gave me the letter. So I think that patience through the journey and that criticality with which I spoke to them without thinking that, okay, I am of a lesser age or I don't have that much of experience. You have to think of yourself like an equal sometimes in life
But
to win.
you think like experience doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, it
It's just
doesn't.
the value that you drive.
Yeah, of course. So many people tell me till this day that you're not experienced in finance to do what you're doing. Why are you doing it? I'm like, I don't want to tell you anything. Let me show you by action.
Hmm.
And I know what I'm doing by my, groundwork and research, which other people might not be doing because they think they're experienced. So I will have my leverage there, but only time will tell how it can play out. So I really don't care about what other people think, and so should others also. And yeah, I think whenever you have to reach out to somebody, just show them that what they are doing can be different, and what they are doing is something that you can also add value to. That's it.
Okay. Tell me, corporate toxic culture.
हाँ
Okay. कितना हमारी जनरेशन आज मोर देन 12 आवर्स शिफ्ट करती है 8 आवर्स का पैकेज लेके.
हाँ
बहुत अनफेयर है वो. And the
yeah
company that I'm working in right now, I don't even, I get double pay sometimes. Okay, sometimes every time that I work an hour extra, I'll get a double pay and never work extra to keep my dignity the where I am, because I don't believe कि मैं एज एन एम्प्लॉय मैं एक
yeah
फाउंडर भी रह चुका हूँ और एक एम्प्लॉय भी रह
हाँ
चुका हूँ. सो आई वर्क फॉर ओनली माई विजन
हाँ
एक्स्ट्रा, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट माई कैच इज.
हाँ
हाउ डू यू थिंक कि वो एक कॉर्पोरेट टॉक्सिक कल्चर को बदलना चाहिए? बिकॉज इट्स टू मच, राइट?
yeah
एंड उससे एक डिबेट आ जाता है वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस एंड ये सब
हाँ
बुलशिट थिंग्स का दैट आई रियली रियली डोंट अग्री विद अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल, राइट? तो जितना पैसा मिल रहा है उतना काम करने का एज एन एम्प्लॉय, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट वर्किंग फॉर योर विजन.
yeah
बिकॉज हर एंटरप्रेन्योर दीपेंद्र गोयल नहीं रहता कि जिसका विजन हर एक एम्प्लॉय ड्राइव करे. बिकॉज आई हैव सीन दैट जोमेटो कल्चर,
yeah
बट आई एम नॉट सीन दैट इन अ लॉट ऑफ अदर कंपनीज. वो सीधा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन करा देते हैं 3 साल का.
yeah
It's like a prison, and I don't like that culture at all. So tell me something about that. How can we solve it through LinkedIn, getting the right jobs?
I think that if you are of that DNA where you want to work for your vision and get your suggestions implemented easily without too much of an hassle, then working in startups is a better choice for you than an MNC, because
Okay.
in MNC also the problem is that it's not founded in India. Their headquarters are in UK or US, where somebody else is making that decision and that protocol system. So, sitting here in India, it will be very difficult for you as an associate or an analyst to make it change at that level, because that policies are same for each country, and that's why it's very difficult for them to just make it flexible for a particular country or a person sitting in that organization where already 15,000 people are working. So and it's very like natural scientific experiment that if you want to make a change within 3 people or 30 people, you can make it easily vis-a-vis if you want to make a change in a ecosystem of 3,000 people, right? I mean, like it's just that Newton effect, right? The more the more the players, the difficult it is to get your thing seen and implemented. So I really think that for people who want to have their own vision and guide themselves through it, work in startups, because they have a very open culture of taking your suggestions and making you see, like, they don't care about your age. If you're doing great, they'll make you your chief of operating officer, strategy officer in just like 6 months or even 1 year. And the respect, the authority, the team members that you get under you to work with for your vision, it's like crazy.
So more responsibility for 18 to 24 years old in startups.
No, I mean it doesn't feel like responsibility. It just feels like you're becoming an
Something-
entrepreneur within
Something
an
you want to come to
organization.
Monday,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Like something that you want to wake up to every day, not just on Monday.
Okay.
But a lot of people don't want that, I've seen people want to be guided by somebody else and their vision.
Micromanagement. So,
Yeah.
Dipender Goyal was, he said this statement that I never hire anybody who needs micromanagement,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's what a startup is all about. Like,
Correct.
खुद से समझो खुद का काम क्या है.
Correct. Yeah.
Tell me, what is the UN story? Because you have been one of those 11 Indians to represent India in the UN forum. So tell me something about that.
Yeah, that happened very randomly. And
Tell me, first of all, let's start off with it कि UN forum क्या होता है?
hmm,
Tell me something about that.
it's actually a fellowship program,
Hmm.
and the United Nations wants to capture the voice of the youth, because
कितनी countries आती है उसमें?
they have chosen like 9 countries
Hmm.
to become a part of this fellowship program, and they've picked up different people across. So there is a global fellowship program, and for the first time they've curated only an India specific fellowship program, because in our country we have the youngest population, and it's growing faster than any other country. And the reason for launching this fellowship was that the UN secretary said that I want to reimagine how sustainable development goals look like, because clearly when they were implemented in 2015, the vision was that they will achieve whatever they have written down by 2030, and we are not even 25% way up there. And when the secretary contemplated it, that why we are not there, he understood that because we've only captured the voices of influential people sitting in great AC rooms. We have to capture the voice of the youth who are actually the decision makers and the drivers for our future. So now they are envisioning a future of like 2100, that how will our world look like. And they want to see how young people are thinking, what are their aspirations, what do they want on ground level. And for the same, they have captured like people like us who have a significant influence over the youth through our social media or through our work or any other channels. So that's how they picked me up for this theme called the future of workforce, because I have a lot of audience who is young on LinkedIn, and I keep talking a lot about women getting more opportunities in the field of business. So they're like, if you are picked up for this theme, it would be really nice if you advocate for some of these things through your platform, so that more, we can understand that what are people wanting at the grassroots level through you. And I'm not the only one, by the way. My suggestion gets uploaded in a report where other global fellows and other fellows from India also write about their thematic areas. And then that report gets sent to the UN Foundation, where they review and see that, okay, what is it that is really meaningful, which can be presented to the UN Secretary. And next year in Qatar, there's going to be this World Social Summit where he will make an appearance, and he will talk about this fellowship and what has it culminated into, what are the takeaways. So I think the reason for launching this was because they really wanted to give confidence to the youth that, okay, people up there at the high diplomatic levels are also listening to what you have to say. And it's just like a nice triggering point for them to voice their opinions. Otherwise it gets lost in the four walls of the room, right, in colleges and schools, where they just keep debating in MUNs and all of those things, all of those activities. So this is like a really legit program which is built for the youth by the United Nations, to really tell them that, okay, we are listening to what you have to say and you please speak what you want. So that is the program about. And I got into it because I randomly, messaged a lady. She's launching a startup in the climate space, which counts your carbon footprints through your activities. And I thought she was doing something really interesting, and I was just like, why don't we meet when you're in Bombay? And we just had a normal coffee chat. And after like 3 months, she's like, this fellowship is coming up. I'm leading it, and I want to suggest your name. You should apply for it. And I just applied for it and got it. And that's where I say that you don't have to really calculate before meeting anybody. If an opportunity is coming to you, you go meet them. Don't think twice. It's just like कि Lakshmi घर पे आ रही है, तो why do you close your doors?
Absolutely.
And people today are really calculated. They're like, acha, if this person is of that stature, or if they are giving me something, only then I'll meet them. But aisa nahi. I've always met people anywhere from wherever they're coming, and I've always thought that I don't have anything to take from them. I will just meet them, and they will automatically be giving towards me. So that's how this opportunity also came through, because I knew her. Otherwise, I don't think so I would have been on that panel of 11 Indian fellows.
Tell me, this will be my last question most probably, but let's talk about your startup.
Yeah.
Radically Yours. I don't align much with the vision that you have,
Yeah.
right, about women entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
right? I think it's a very good vision that you are.
Mhm.
It's just that why the stigma of only women entrepreneurs? What's the reason behind only having women entrepreneurs?
No,
Tell me
it's
about it.
it's not only women entrepreneurs.
Okay.
It's like our support in majority and our focus will be more for women fund managers and entrepreneurs.
Why so?
Because right now what's happening is that people are only moving towards high revenue led businesses. They don't look at high profitable businesses because they want to up their valuations. And somewhere people think that women are too conservative in terms of projecting their valuations, just because they don't speak of the things that are not in their books. A lot of people just forge things, and because I'm in this industry, I know that it's happening in reality. उनका कोई कंपनी होगा भी नहीं, फिर भी बुक ऑफ रेवेन्यू पे दिखाएंगे, then okay, we have this company to spike up their valuation. And somewhere I think somebody needs to take a step back and not just look at these fake things happening around to get their money, but also look at the real businesses which are growing in a profitable, sustainable way and are existing here. तो लोग क्या है, आधा पूरा उनका डिस्ट्रैक्शन ये हाई ग्रोथ बिजनेसेस पे ही है, जिसके कारण women are not given attention to so much because they're very much focused on what they have and they only speak that. So I was like, somebody has to take initiative about that. Not like we ignore other businesses, of course we work with all of them, but if you ask me, our research team, they're mostly focused on seeing that okay, which are the women led businesses whom we can support, because nobody is looking at them since they're not in media, and women generally don't like to self talk about themselves or their achievements so much in public, so they're anyways not seen as much. So our efforts are more towards finding those women and helping them out, because men usually are more out there, they want to be seen, they know that how can they speak and project about their businesses. Of course women also now know, but if you generally speak, there are not enough women out there who are pushing themselves through. So we're like, okay, how do we now support them? So that's why I started this, because I really felt that somebody doesn't need to just think about money, but also think about sustainable growth and impact driven investments. So now I'm connecting them to more family offices who have patient capital, who are not just looking like very high growth intensive businesses like VCs do, of course, because VCs have a different model. So I'm finding the right investors for these right businesses, because somehow they're not able to connect with each other and they don't have the access to do that. But because I have that network, I have that power of social media to leverage, I'm doing it through that to help these businesses grow. So that's why women, and not like men founded businesses always perform well. Of course they also need some guidance, so we help them also, but the agenda, the goal is to really find these hidden gems which are not out there and which really don't know how to push themselves through, and most of them unfortunately are women led. So that's how the women thing came in about. I didn't start with the fact that कि मुझे women का ही करना है because of the gender, because of the problem, and because the problem has more women, I am in like falling into that particular niche.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough of an explanation, right? But
Yeah.
thanks for doing this seriously, because I was able to get a lot of insights, and you have a lot of insights to share seriously, and I have a lot of questions
Yeah.
apart from this, and we'll definitely talk about it.
Yeah, we
Why?
should.
Because I think we should do a podcast again, and I think we should do an extended podcast only on LinkedIn, only
Huh.
on jobs, and only on the existing co-founders that you have met, and what are your experiences on that.
Yeah.
What as a female co-founder you look at, and what as a male
Mhm.
co-founder you look at, right?
Yeah.
So we should make sure that we do a second part of it whenever we get time.
Yes,
Regards to, right?
definitely.
Yeah. तो आज का था ये पॉडकास्ट राधिका बजोरिया के साथ। बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग इनसाइट्स हैं इनके पास शेयर करने को। हम ट्राई करेंगे इसका एक सेकंड पार्ट भी। अगर हमें इस पे और ट्रैक्शन मिलता है, हम ट्राई करेंगे कि लिंक्डइन के ऊपर और कैसे इनसाइट्स दिए जाए आपको। तो उससे पहले सब्सक्राइब कीजिए ये चैनल को, जैसे हम और आपको इनसाइट्स दें। और हमें प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में बताइए कि और ऐसे क्या क्या स्पीकर्स हैं और क्या क्या टॉपिक्स हैं हमें जिस पे लेके आना चाहिए पॉडकास्ट, जिससे आपको और इनसाइट्स मिले। थैंक यू।